All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at the amazing Franklin Chevy GMC right here in Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia. And what we're going to talk about today, not just Chevy, we are also going to cover Ford, and we are going to cover Ram, because all three of them, Ford, Chevy, GMC, same thing, and Ram, offer this to you, and they are not going away. Okay, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Many people were afraid they were, but you still have the options, and that is the V8 engine. Okay, so we have V8s that are available by all three of these companies. Toyota did not. However, with that said, we do know that Toyota is currently working on a brand new V8. Okay, now I'm not saying it's a truck V8 and it's going into Tundra, because that we don't know, but Lexus is running a new V8 that they're working on, prototype running, and who knows, could it maybe someday go into a truck again? Maybe, possibly, could very well be, but you know, Toyota, like I said, they don't even have tow hooks on the front of their Tundras yet, so Toyota is very, very slow to move on things, so I don't think that there's any time remotely soon that I'm expecting a Tundra to get it back. And many of you guys have said that since we talked about how Ram is bringing back the 5.7. So when I put those videos out, that's the first comments that hit all the time. Hear that, Toyota? Ram's doing this. Hear that, Toyota? Come on, bring us back our V8, Toyota. And I don't think Toyota's going to do it. This is Toyota. They just don't do that kind of stuff. And, you know, and Nissan had it. Nissan's gone. You know, their Titan's gone. It's gone. It's out of here. So we've lost the Toyota V8. We've lost the Tundra V8 that was in there. We lost the Titan V8 that was in there, so we have none of those options. And we lost the Ram 5.7 Hemi last year. That one came back. So what do we actually have for options? It sounds like it's kind of scary, but let's put it into perspective here. So counting the HD trucks, okay, the HD trucks that you can get as a gasser, not counting diesels, but as a gasser that we can get in there. How's that glare doing? Hang on. It is so humid. Let me wipe that once. So humid out here. Is that helping? A little bit. Sorry, it's pretty, I mean, you can literally like cut the air with a knife right now. So we got from Ford, we got the 5-liter Coyote in a truck case in the 15 or the F-150s. You have the 6.8 and the 7.3 is V8 options in the F-250s. So that's a beautiful thing there. Chevy here has got a 5.3, which is probably, no, there's a 6.2, but we got a 6.2 right here. The big boy, the 6.2. And then you also have right here the 5.3. So you got a 6.2 and a 5.3. Two V8s in a 1500 series truck. Plus you got the 6.6 V8 in their HD lineup. So Chevy's got 3 of them running right there too. Ford's got 3 of them running. Ram has got the 5.7 Hemi in the 1500s, and then they got the 6.4, which I have in my, look at that humidity, my gosh. But they got the 6.4 in the HD line that we have right over there. So we have this beautiful option of having V8s available. Now, again, Toyota doesn't have any, and Nissan doesn't have any anymore, but they're also Japanese companies. They're thinking much bigger, broad things. These are American companies here. When you're looking at Ram, Chevy, and Ford, GM and Ford and Ram, you are talking about American muscle, American vehicles, and they don't want that V8 to go away. GM in 2027 is launching 2 new V8s. You have a brand new 5.3 and you have a brand new 6.2 coming. Now the downsides to these V8 engines though, okay, everybody talks about them, and you're right, they were fantastic. They were great. They are amazing engines, and I'm not taking anything away, but they are all have become so much more sophisticated that they make me a little nervous. Like even the new 5.3 and 6.2 that's coming out, they already have a lot of issues with them as they are right now because of all the complicated emission controls and cylinder deactivation and you know, displacement on demand and all the stuff that we have. And it's not just Chevy. Ford's got it too. Their 5 liters got cylinder deactivation and that wet belt. Like I said, I know that wet belt may not seem like a big deal, but a lot of my audience is people that want to buy a vehicle and want to drive it for 10, 15, 20 years. You can't go, if you're going past 150,000 miles on an F-150 today on a Coyote, you are a ticking time bomb, because if that wet belt blows and grenades in that engine, your engine's done. And it's $4,000 to $5,000 to change that. So, and it's only been out for a few years, so it's not like they're, you know, people are like, well, I never hear of a problem with it, because they're not got the miles on them yet. It's coming. Okay, but it is something that has to be considered. And it has cylinder deactivation, as do the current GM lineup, as does the 5.7, even my 6.4. My 6.4 is the only HD truck that has MDS, okay? Multiple displacement system or whatever they call it, but it's basically, cuts off 4 cylinders. The Ford 6.8 and the 7.3, they don't have it. Okay, it's just the, and then the 6.6 version, the HD version over here of the Chevy and GMC, they don't have it. But the Ram 6.4 does, and the 5.7 that we get today is only available in an e-torque option. The new 5.3 and the new 6.2 that GM and Chevy have coming out is going to be 10% more fuel efficient. What does that mean? That means 10% more leaner running, technologically advanced BS stuff that's in there that means less reliability. That's my thoughts on it. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe they will have learned a lesson from their TurboMax 2.7, because that TurboMax 2.7 that we have in some of these trucks over here, you are talking about an engine that was designed from the ground up to be a turbocharged 4-cylinder truck engine. TurboMax. Okay, that engine right there. That engine is undeniably incredible on every kind of level. Yes, it still has cylinder deactivation. That sucks. Yes, it still is what it is, but that engine has been proving itself so well because it's built for this. Maybe with the 5.3 and the 6.2, they're like, listen, we've had lifter issues for a while. We've had these things going on. We've been through this stuff. We don't want to do it anymore. We're over and beyond that. I do not want another recall on it, and they're going to make it so that it doesn't become an issue. We're hoping. So lessons get learned, you know, and that's fantastic, and we're hopeful for it. But it is true that these V8s today are not your V8 of 10 years ago from any brand. I don't care if it's the 5.7, 10 years ago didn't have this e-torque crap and all this kind of stuff going on with it. Okay, 5 years ago, 5.3, 6.2, they didn't have the crap they got to deal with now. A Coyote didn't have the crap it has to deal with now. It's different. The motors are different. So yes, the V8 is here. Yes, the V8 is good. Yes, we want it here as options. And it's a fantastic thing. However, it is not the one that you're used to thinking of when you're thinking back in the day. Okay, it just isn't what it was. Now, also, got to remember too that they are outdated. Every single one of these things are outdated in the world we live in today. When you start talking about performance, truck performance, things like that, I know everybody says, well, the V8's tried, true, proven, simple, and reliable. I just got done telling you how today they're really not. Okay, they're good, but they're not any better than anything else. If you think that any of the V8s made today are going to be more reliable long-term than like the Toyota V6 or the, even the Ford, the 2.7, which has proven itself, the Ford 3.5, I mean, these motors have proven, the Hurricane, that'll give it a few years, but I honestly believe they will prove to be more reliable, in my opinion, than the V8s, and they already crush them power-wise. Matter of fact, of every single motor I just told you, Ford 5.0, the 6.8, now not counting 6.873, but of the 1500 series. In the 1500 series trucks, you have a Ford 5-liter Coyote, and you have the Chevy 5.3, the Chevy 6.2, and the Ram 5.7. Those are your 1500 half-ton series motors that are on there. Of all of those, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4 V8s available in a 1500, only one of them has more power, more torque than a TurboMax 4-cylinder single turbo engine does today. Okay, that's huge. I know a lot of people are like, well, it's got way more horsepower. You got to calculate the horsepower. No. Don't get carried away. Look at it just straight from paperwork and what it says on there. This motor right here at 430 foot-pounds of torque or pound-feet of torque beats everyone. Matter of fact, it beats the 6.4 that's in my Ram, my 2500 Ram right there. That little motor that's in here produces more torque than by one pound-feet. of torque, this beats my big 6.4 motor in there. That's huge. Like I said, I use that as an example that the technology makes these V8s not as reliable as they once were. Still great options, sound amazing. There's one rolling down, I can hear it right now. Okay, they sound good, they function good. Yes, they're easier to work on to maybe I don't even know if that's true, but point is, they're a good motor. I don't know that they're better than the other options that are out there, but the good news is you still have them. So if you are dead set on it, if you're one of these guys too, I never have a motor in a truck, I'll never have a 4-cylinder in a pickup truck, I'm not doing all this 4-cylinder turbo crap. Okay, more power to you. That's why we want options, and I want options for you more than anything else. Okay, the more options that are out there, the better it is for everybody. So I want you to have your options. Me personally, I'm not that interested in a V8 by anybody anymore. I just don't want it. I just don't want it. I would much rather have the stuff that's available today. I trust it more. But they are out there for you, and you got a lot of them to pick from, and the odds are there for you now. And, you know, it's a good time to want a V8. Would it have been better if we still had the Tundra in and we still had the Titan available? Yes. But American vehicles are still giving you your V8. It's right here for you. It hasn't gone anywhere. The 5.7 left, they brought it back. Your whole lineup is here, and we have brand new ones coming from GM next year, which means they are dedicated to it. It's gonna be a great time. So if you're a V8 fan, world is in your corner right now. Take advantage of it, be happy. Questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching.